Today is a very special episode of Basic to Billionaire, because to celebrate reaching 100k subscribers, I'm going to do the Criminal Mastermind Challenge. For those of you who don't know what that is, my team of 4 must complete the 5 original heists in order, all on hard difficulty, without anyone dying. If someone does die, we have to start all over from the beginning. And spoiler alert, things don't go too well. The first heist is the Fleece job, and it only allows 2 players, so we split into 2 teams to complete it simultaneously. And yes, I'll be showing every bit of each heist and their setup missions. My teammate Juicy and I get into Lester's car, drive to Fleece a bank, check out their security cameras, and then make our way to the garment factory. Pretty much impossible to die on this mission, but not impossible. Sorry about your car, Lester. Next, we need a getaway vehicle. This is so lame, but we're gonna drive the Kuruma that we already own to steal another one. We drive to the parking garage, and on top we fight off some enemies. There's an extremely low chance of us dying since we're in a Kuruma, so I'm not worried. After finishing off the final enemy, I get into the new Kuruma and drive it back to the garment factory. Now I just want to check that the game is recording my progress. Yep, 2 of 26, perfect. This is such a short heist and it's already time to do it. At Lester's garment factory, we get into the Kuruma and drive it to Fleece a bank. On the way there, I get to play a hacking mini game and it's very easy until I try to take this shortcut and crash into a wall. No worries, I got through it on the second try and completed all 3 hacks. Now I can open the vault using this app on my phone. I go inside to drill open the safety deposit box, then get the heck out of there. All we have to do is bash through all the cops, then get picked up by the cargo bob at the end. That's 1 of 5 heists complete, and that one was easy, but it gets much more difficult from here. Next up is the prison break, and now all 4 of us can play together. We get into our cars and drive all the way to Mackenzie Airfield, then take out every enemy in sight, from the safety of our cars, of course. Then I steal the plane and hold my breath as I barely missed the cars and people on the runway. That was too close. I fly all the way to the airport, and if you've watched my other videos, you know I crash airplanes and helicopters a lot, so I'm extremely nervous right now, and you should be too. But don't worry, I landed safely and parked it inside the hangar. Mission complete. Next up is to hijack a prison bus. I rush to it, kill the driver, and wait for my teammates to arrive. Juicy gets inside the bus, and I push him to speed him up. We need to lose our wanted level, and it's really not a challenge at all. We just drive around, and I push him to keep him driving fast. Once the wanted level is gone, I drive to the delivery point and wait for him to arrive. Another mission complete. Now the next mission requires a little more risk. We split into 2 teams. One team leaves to go do their thing, and ADHD and I need to steal a police car. We decide to kill some NPCs to get a wanted level, then wait for the cops to arrive. ADHD kills them while I whiff every bullet I fire. Nice. We do the typical hide in the tunnel until we lose our wanted level, then drive to the police station, steal the prison bus schedule, and get out of there. Dumb cops. Then we drive to a secluded location, pour gasoline all over the car, shoot the trail, and wait for the car to ignite. The fire doesn't do enough damage to destroy the car, so we shoot it until it explodes. Just a short drive back to my apartment, and then a dumb NPC purposely crashes into me, and the mission is complete. For the final setup mission, we'll be separated into 2 teams again. ADHD and I climb on top of a building and wait for the prosecutors to arrive at City Hall. I missed my first shot like a noob, but hit my next 2 shots. They drop a briefcase, and we need to pick it up. On my way down, I accidentally fall and almost died. I swear my heart dropped. We get into the Kuruma, drive over to the briefcase, and this is where things go badly. I get out and grab the briefcase, but ADHD is still moving the car, and I end up in this stupid falling animation, and the cops are free to shoot me until I die. Great, now we get to redo everything we've already done. The setups for Fleeca, the actual Fleeca job, and the setups for the prison break heist. We wanted to give up at this point, but we kept going. So let's get back to the mission that we died on. We take out the prosecutors, and this time ADHD gets out of the car to grab the briefcase, gets back in, and I drive as fast as I can to the tunnels where we lose our wanted level. But on our way back out, a freaking cop was standing in there, so now we have to wait even longer. I love this game. Anyway, we deliver the briefcase to the apartment, and now we can move on to the heist. ADHD and I drive to the prison bus, and then drive it to the prison. I'm a prisoner, and ADHD is the guard. We get out of the bus and casually walk past some guards, but eventually they realize who we are and open fire on us. All I have is an AP pistol, so I stick close to ADHD while he fights off the police. I help out, but my gun isn't very effective. We make it to Riskovsky, but he won't follow us, so we assume we need to take out the rest of the enemies first. ADHD kills the last one, and then more of them spawn right in front of me and scare the shit out of me. We survive, and now that every enemy is dead, I run over to Riskovsky. He's supposed to follow me, but he's just standing still. Maybe we need both of us here, so ADHD runs over, but he still won't follow us. I have the bright idea to ragdoll him to the van, and I'm not gonna lie, it took so long. I pushed him all the way to the van, and guess what? He won't get in. The cops start shooting at us, so ADHD drives the van beside us to protect us from the bullets, while I push Riskovsky some more. He's aiming his gun, and I'm not able to ragdoll him, so it's It's taking even longer than the first time. Eventually, he starts running, so there's hope that the game is fixed. But nope, he runs straight back to where we started and just stands there. I hate this so much. We decide to kill him since failing the objective will reset the mission, but won't reset our progress for Criminal Mastermind. I guess he has unlimited health because we burnt him so much and he just would not die. Juicy decided to crash his plane and that resets the mission. This time, I stay beside Reshkovsky while ADHD kills all the guards. But guess what? He's still glitched. But I have a new plan. We run to the van and bash through the fence, drive all the way around to Reshkovsky, but he still won't get in. No problem, I just push him until eventually he decides to get inside. I can't believe that worked. All we need to do now is drive out of the prison and Juicy lands the plane near us where we climb inside and make our escape. We fly for a while, avoiding the millions of police choppers until we lose our wanted level. We actually did it, I can't believe it. We jump out of the plane and all we have to do is parachute to the ground, but then, what? The buzzard was destroyed? Mission failed, what the hell happened? Pepsi sends me a video of what happened and it's unbelievable. After the cutscene where we jump out of the plane, he regains control of his chopper, but drops straight into the water. What the heck even happened? It makes no sense, Rockstar. Hey, if you're still here watching the video, thank you. Let me know you're still here by commenting GTA 6. God, I can't wait to play that. Let's try it one last time. And it goes very well. I stay with Reshkovsky while ADHD pushes forward to kill the guards, and Reshkovsky actually moves forward on his own this time. He follows us all the way to the van, then we get picked up by Juicy. The only close call was this chopper that almost hit us, but other than that, it was so easy. We jump out of the plane, parachute down, make a perfect landing, and climb into the chopper. And there we go, 2 of 5 heists complete. I've been playing this game called One State, and it's honestly one of the most unique games I've tried on mobile. Scan my QR code and you can see for yourself. It's a huge open world city, but there's a difference. Every single player in the world is a real player. No NPCs running things. The economy, the gangs, the cops, the businesses, it's all player driven. You decide who you want to be. You could go the legit route as a cop or medic, build up a business, or take the criminal path and run the streets. And the choices you make actually matter. If you get caught breaking the law, you don't just respawn for free, you're going to jail. They just released an update that added full character customization. You can change your outfit, hairstyle, face details, accessories, the works. I redid my character and he actually feels like mine now. There's also a new pursuit status system that makes police chases a lot more intense, and a walkie-talkie feature so you can stay connected with your crew in real time. Plus, they even added an in-game radio, which makes driving around the city a lot better. That's what I like most about it. The city feels alive. Every day it changes depending on what players are doing. Gangs fighting, cops cracking down, people building businesses. If you want to check it out, scan the QR code on screen or use the link in the description. Use my code TROPHIES for an instant $10,000 bonus. And if you enter that same code as your referral in-game and reach level 8, you'll unlock another $60,000. There are also exclusive deals on the official site that you won't get anywhere else. I'm already hooked, so if you start playing, I'll see you out there. Now for the Humane Labs raid. We get into our Karumas and drive to a meeting point where we meet a woman who has the access codes for the Humane Labs. But just as she hands us the briefcase, some goons show up and now we're surrounded. We're getting shot from every direction too, and this is the first time I've ever truly felt exposed in this challenge. We manage to survive and I get into a car and wait for ADHD to get in, and we rush back to the apartment to end the mission. For the second setup, we're gonna steal some insurgent LAPVs from Merriweather. When we arrive, I absolutely obliterate 2 of them, then finish them with my gun, then accidentally fall down and this dude almost kills me. Close call, and I might have given up on the challenge if I'd have died. Anyway, we take out the rest of them, steal their trucks, then get out of there. They chase us all the way to our location, so I made sure to keep my snack and armor menu open just in case. I actually went through all of my armor trying to get away from them. Once we arrived at the objective, the game still wants us to take out the rest of the enemies near us, so we carefully do so, then deliver the cars. Mission complete. Now we need to get hold of an electromagnetic pulse device to shut down power at Humane Labs. We get on a dinghy and drive it to the vessel. But first, I witness my teammates having a standoff, so I join in. I don't know why we always do this, but it's funny. When we get near the ship, we see jets taking off. So cool, and that will be us soon. We get out and climb onto the ship, and immediately start attacking everyone on board. They aren't much of a threat, so we make quick work of them and fight to the top, where we kill more guys. Pepsi takes the Hydra, and we get into our own jets to escort him. ADHD very clearly tells me to take off first, so I do. Then Then Juicy pulls out in front of me, risking the entire challenge. Why, bro? Several enemy jets scramble to our location, so we take them all out with our missiles, then follow Pepsi to Mackenzie Airfield. I'm not gonna lie, I almost crashed the jet while landing, but this thing has amazing thrusters, so I was able to regain enough speed to avoid dying. ADHD then proceeds to fly straight over me, and that's the mission complete. Next, we need a Valkyrie helicopter, and we're stealing from Merryweather again. Great. We all rush to the objective, and when I get there, I just barely miss killing Pepsi, but still see him fly through the air. He survived, but damn, that was close. I see a helicopter, and I try killing the pilot, but they're far away and hard to hit with an SMG. It fires a missile at me and blows me the up. It's over. I mean, what can I say? Time to restart from the very beginning again. It hurts to see the challenge back down to 0, and I've lost all momentum, but I can't give up. I have to get this challenge done. This time I play the Felisa job with Pepsi just to switch things up a bit. Unfortunately, it's extremely easy, so there isn't much to show except for the fact that I blocked the bank doors with the Kuruma and now we can't get back out. After a minute of panicking, we realized we could just use our up and atomizer to get out. Close call. The prison break was just as easy since we've done it so many times at this point. I kept ADHD's perspective on my screen to keep myself from getting bored. But alright, let's fast forward to the mission where we died earlier. This time, we all have new outfits, and we all get into the same vehicle. Instead of stopping to kill the enemies, I drive straight through everyone to the Valkyrie helicopter. We get out and take out the attack choppers, then get into ours and take off. Several choppers are chasing us, and we blow some of them up, but since we're much faster than them, we just land at the objective and blow them up once they catch up. The final chopper is super far away, so we all snipe at it. It's just a blur on our screens, but we managed to damage it enough to destroy it. Mission complete. For the final mission, we need to deliver an EMP device to the Humane Labs without being seen. We drive to the Insurgent and get inside, but I played a trick on ADHD. Every time he tried to get in the car, I'd pull forward. I think I hurt his feelings because he walked off. I tried to say sorry, but he didn't care and jumped into the water and proceeded to swim and didn't stop. Okay, I guess we'll drive to the other side of the lake and meet him there. We catch up with him, but instead of getting inside, he just keeps running and yells that he's training for a triathlon. He proceeds to take a snack break, then continues running away. He eventually gets in, and we're off to the Humane Labs. But just as we're about to arrive, he jumps out of the car and says he wants to continue his training. We leave him behind, but the game won't let us progress unless he's in the vehicle. I guess we'll just follow him up and around the mountain. Jeez. He decides to get in the car, but Juicy pulls the same joke on him, so ADHD rips him out of the driver's seat and drives us there. We use the cameras to mark the locations of the enemies. Then we get out and wait by the fence, because I remember a truck will come out in a minute. There he is. Okay, we can move forward. Wait, someone is shooting me. How the hell did he see me? Whatever. And don't worry, my progress for Criminal Mastermind isn't reset since we didn't die, we just failed the objective. This time, I silently take out the guard that saw me last time, and we make our way forward. We work as a team to shoot the enemies who are standing together, and it's very simple. Pepsi hacks the bay doors, and ADHD drives the truck into the building. Then we get into the van and sneak out of there undetected. We even drive past an entire convoy of them, and they're none the wiser. Time for the heist, and I promise you, it was terrifying. We get to drive all the way back to where we picked up the Valkyrie earlier. I hate this. But ADHD does a sick flip with a car, so that was cool. He also risked our lives by flying through the air like a madman. Oh, and tried to jump over a train, but fails. Can we please just get there in one piece? We do, but it takes a while. We fly to the Humane Labs, and ADHD and I jump out and parachute to the ground. Juicy and Pepsi will stay in the chopper to take down any enemy choppers in the air. ADHD blows open the door, and we rush in, fighting off every enemy in our path. I'll be honest, this is extremely easy. We make our way to a room where we insert a USB device into a computer and download some files. Cool, let's escape. We dive into the water, swim for what felt like an hour, and get back onto land, then wait for our teammates to pick us up. They're having a lot of trouble finding us, so we fire our flares to help them out. They pick us up, and now things are about to get very stressful. We need to destroy the enemy choppers chasing us, and they ended up hitting us with a missile and flipping us upside down. We were all screaming here, praying we didn't die, but we pick off the choppers one by one. Then Juicy has the bright idea to turn around so all three of us could fire our weapons, and the choppers immediately hit us with more missiles. I have no idea how we're still alive, but we are, and that's all that matters. This was the worst and most stressful time in GTA Online I've ever experienced, but we take out the last chopper, fly to the dam, and land. We did it, somehow, and that's 3 of 5 heists done. The next heist is Series A funding. It's my favorite only because we get to see Trevor. We have a lot of stuff to steal, starting with Coke. ADHD and I get into a Frogger chopper and fly it to the yacht. ADHD flies close to the yacht, and I fire at the enemies. It's really hard to aim, but I managed to take out several enemies before the chopper takes enough damage that it starts smoking. Our plan is to fly away while our other 2 teammates board the yacht to steal the Coke. But if you look at the bottom left of the screen, Pepsi leaves the game. He said his game crashed, so let's try again. Same plan this time, but for some reason the camera isn't over my shoulder and it's so hard to aim and kill the enemies. I think I got 2 of them before we had to back off. We just wait in place until they steal the coat, then head over there to pick them up. They blow up an enemy helicopter while we land, get inside, and we rush out of there and fly around until we lose our wanted level. We bring the coat to none other than Ron, Trevor's friend. Mission complete. Next up, we're stealing a trash truck. We take out some dudes, steal their truck, and start picking up trash at different locations. Now these trash bags have drugs in them, just saying. Some Vagos show up to attack us, but they're weak and we take them out easily. At the next stop, we blow up the fuel tanks just to keep ourselves safe when the Vagos get here. My teammates pick up more trash bags, and like I said, the Vagos show up, but again, we take them out easily. One more trash pickup, then we rush back to Ron, taking out the few Vagos that chase us, and finish the mission. Now we're going to steal bikes from the bikers. The game tells us to get into a boat, but screw that, we drive straight to Stab City. But when we get there, nothing is happening. Juicy shoots his gun and the mission ends since we alerted the guards. Okay, so this is a stealth mission, good to know. We go there again and locate the vans, but the game won't let us get into them. This is so embarrassing. 3 of us stay here and hump the air while Pepsi goes to pick up the dinghy. The game won't let us proceed until we're all in it, so he drives it to us so we can get in. But why is the boat erect like that? I somehow climb in, but the boat catches on fire and we fail the mission. Okay, take 3. This time we get into the dinghy like we're meant to and drive it to Stab City. We stealthily take out the guards, steal their vans, and get out of there. They chase us down, which is annoying. What was the point in being stealthy if the game is just going to spawn enemies that chase us? Dumb. We just need to deliver the vans to Ron while taking out more bikers. And on the way there, I noticed there's an impotent rage doll in here. So cool. Easy mission, even though we made it difficult for ourselves with all the mistakes. 2 more missions. Now we're gonna steal weed from the Ballas. Like usual, we stay in our Kurumas to reduce the risk of dying, and we slowly pick off every enemy we see. Then we steal their trucks, which have weed inside of them, and begin our long journey to Ron. Juicy flies straight off the road when I catch up, and I see him down there. He isn't dead, so let's keep going. We decide to drive in a convoy with the gun in the middle, protecting us from the never-ending enemies that are chasing us. It was going very well, but this is GTA, and something bad always happens. The truck ignites, so I slam on my brakes to watch if they get out safely, and thankfully they do. The truck blows up, so now we have the pleasure of starting over. This time, the truck leads the way, taking out every enemy in our path, while we bob and weave other cars, all the way to Ron. So glad to have that one finished. Just one more setup. We go to the O'Neill Brothers farm, take out the enemies from the safety of our Kurumas, then I get into a truck, back into a tanker trailer, and start a very dangerous journey to the objective. ADHD is driving with me, and my other 2 teammates will stay in a Kuruma, taking out the cars that chase us. Now I'm gonna stay away from the roads to avoid cars crashing into me and any potential explosions. But guess what? Instead of the NPCs crashing into me, my own teammates do. I mean, really? Let's be more careful here, guys. We actually make it past all the enemies, but right near the end, we realize there's a time limit on the mission, and we just don't have enough time to get there. We were trying to be so careful, so the mission was a failure. Not a problem, let's try again. This time I take a slightly different route so that I don't have to take as many turns and deliver the truck in time. Really easy stuff. Now for the heist. We drive to the objective and get into position for battle. I blow up the first 2 cars that show up, and then we get into our Kurumas and take out everyone on foot and have no issues. Then Juicy and I get into the 2 vans and begin a very dangerous journey. ADHD and Pepsi will protect us with their Kurumas. They blow up the helicopters and the constantly spawning enemies that chase us. But then a car blows up right next to Juicy's van, and I scream at him to get out. On my screen, his van isn't on fire, so I tell him to get back in. But just as he tries, it blows up and sends him flying. We all freak out because we thought he died, but luckily he didn't. The mission ends since the van got destroyed though, so we're forced to start again. This time, ADHD and Pepsi take the mounted gun and protect us with that. It's a dangerous drive, but I enjoyed smashing into the bikers until we make it to the end. And that's it, just a cutscene to watch, and we've finished 4 of 5 heists. Just one more left until we complete the Criminal Mastermind challenge. I can't believe we've made it this far. The final heist is the Pacific Standard job. For the first setup mission, we split into 2 teams. I drive the car and ADHD tells me where to go, kind of like a rally race. He leads me to a post-op van, and then he takes pictures of its license plate. We do this for 4 vans in total, and then the second team steals a post-op van and drive it to the warehouse. Easy stuff right there. Next, we need to save Avi. Yeah, the hacker we used for the Diamond Casino heist. I drive to the police station, where we climb up to steal a helicopter. This isn't necessary, but we're gonna do it to make the mission a little easier. Pepsi pulls me out of the driver's seat because he thinks I'll crash and kill us all, but I like to live dangerously, so I pull him out and reclaim my position. We fly to the objective, and the game tells us to get to the boats, but screw that! We fly straight to the island instead, land, then take out every enemy we see. Easy stuff. We find Avi, and Pepsi gets into a boat with him, and the rest of us get into our choppers to meet them at the beach. Once we pick up Pepsi, we fly to the final objective, and when I get there, I land on a hill and almost lose control, but managed to safely pull up. Almost ended the entire Criminal Mastermind challenge right there. This time I land safely in the field and we pass the mission. For the third setup, we all get into a van, drive it to a location where we fight off a rival gang, and I get destroyed by a passing car, but survive. Anyway, these guys plan to rob the same bank as us. Poor guys. I then grab the van and park it next to the rival van, steal their equipment, then wait for my teammates to get out of there. But Juicy is literally floating above the van in a T-pose, so I hope nothing bad happens. They leave, and I see on my minimap that the enemy vehicles are following them. Now I can safely take the white van to Lester and finish the mission. Nice. For the next mission, we decide to steal a random vehicle off the road just in case things get crazy later. Spoiler, they do. I switch to first person and see my teammates aiming their guns at my head, so I give them the middle finger. When we get there, Juicy loses control and almost ruins the entire challenge, but we're okay, thankfully. Some attack helicopters are coming, so we snipe at them, and I somehow get the final shot to blow them up. My teammate blows up the second one. Now the convoy arrives, and we just snipe them, and honestly, I don't think they shot me once since we're so far away from them. But the mission isn't over. Juicy gets inside the truck, and the rest of us use the insurgent pickup to protect him. And he needs it because they chase us the entire way there. We blew up so many cars and helicopters, but no one even came close to dying. Maybe we're getting too good at this game. We'll see. We deliver the truck to end the mission. Just one prep mission left, and that's to get our getaway vehicles. We go to the Lost MC clubhouse and take them all out in the safety of our Kurumas. Then we all grab a bike and get the heck out of there. But there's a problem. I was telling my team that I don't have a yellow objective marker to deliver the bike, and I don't know why. But then I realized I stole the wrong freaking bike. I'm such an idiot. I drive all the way back to the clubhouse and get the actual bike from the garage, then drive it to the objective. Okay, it's time for the final heist. Wish us luck, please. We go into the bank, kill the 2 guards, and I place thermite on the first gate to get it open. One more gate after that, then Pepsi and I run down to the vault, where he hacks it. I open one last door with thermite, then grab all the money. Now the fun begins. We bust open the bank doors, and outside are cops and Noose waiting to destroy us. Since I'm holding all the cash, I stay behind my teammates to avoid getting shot. I do my part and kill anyone I see though. We fight all the way to the bikes that we stashed earlier and just sit there while ADHD leaves to find a riot van. He makes it back safely and we all hop in. This is gonna keep us safe. Smart, right? We drive to the police station, jump over this gap, and climb all the way to the top to steal this helicopter. Then we fly all the way to the boat that's waiting for us and get inside. Now all we need to do is drive to safety, but Pepsi panics and drives straight onto land, almost screwing all of us in the process. But we get back on path, and after a few words of encouragement to calm him down, he makes it to the objective. We freaking did it! Oh, and I got a trophy. That one's for not taking any damage during a heist finale. Pretty awesome. We actually did it. The Criminal Mastermind Challenge. We get paid a beautiful amount of money, and there are the Platinum Awards. This feels so good. But then Pepsi blows us all up. Nice. Anyway, here's the Platinum Award for completing the Criminal Mastermind Challenge, and another for not taking any damage during a heist finale. Now all that's left to do is celebrate, and that's exactly what we do. We drink, and let's just say our screens got very blurry. Then we take a much-deserved break in our hot tub. After that, we for some reason get into a boat, and I witness Pepsi and ADHD murk themselves. So I guess I have no choice but to eat this pill and die. Thank you so much for 100K subscribers, everyone.